Hey there, thanks for joining me. So today I'm going to be talking about my personal opinion on what martial arts are the most effective for the street. So we're going to go two case scenarios. So, first case scenario would be what's the most effective for the street in the short term, and then what's the most effective in the long term. And then I'm going to talk about if you do two martial arts, it's going to be a lot better because you're going to be covering strikes and grappling at the same time. So in the short term, I'd recommend personally boxing and wrestling. So in boxing, you're going to be taught how to see punches coming, dodge punches, block, throw good punches, things like that. And then in wrestling, you're going to be taught how to take people down. You're going to get taught conditioning and things like that. So first case scenario, short term, would be boxing and wrestling. And then over the long term, I'd recommend Muay Thai, kickboxing and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So in Muay Thai, you're learning boxing and you're also learning kicks as well. So you're learning knees, how to sweep people off the feet, kicking the legs, things like that, elbows, things like that. And then in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, you're going to learn grappling. So taking people down, putting people in locks, chokes, things like that. So long term, you're looking at Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Muay Thai kickboxing. What would be slightly better than that, in my opinion, would be MMA, because you're learning both at the same time. So you're not learning Muay Thai and then going to another gym and learning dojo, learning Jiu-Jitsu. You're learning both at the same time. So we've got that covered. So short term would be boxing and wrestling. Over the long term, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Thai kickboxing, Muay Thai. And then there's another one. It's not a martial art, so I haven't mentioned this one yet. It's more of a self-protection. So in this, you'd be learning headbutts, kicking to the groin, stamping on the legs, all things you can't do in competitions. And that is urban combatives. And also you'd be learning role play, real life situations. You'll have proper headgear on, things like that. And you'll be learning how to protect yourself from weapons. So if someone's coming at you with a knife, learn how to deal with that. Also, so just coming up here. So urban combatives. Also, you'd be learning how to defend yourself against more than one person as well. So it's not just one-on-one. So urban combatives. And what's I reckon is slightly better than Muay Thai and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu would be MMA, because you're learning both at the same time. So my top two would be MMA and urban combatives. So if you can get good at those, you should be safe on the street. But if you want to learn quickly, you should get good at boxing and wrestling. So that's my 2 cents. If you want to leave any comments, leave your opinions in the comments section. If you could put a thumbs up, that would help me in the YouTube algorithm, as they say. But yeah, so MMA and urban combatives. Most UFC fighters, their main martial arts are Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Muay Thai kickboxing. That's what mainly wins their fights. So those two tend to be the most effective for UFC. So yeah, urban combatives and MMA. That's my opinions. Yeah, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Peace. See you on the next one. Peace.